Congratulations, you're the proud new owner of a convertible ionizer. Now first, we're going to show you the difference from the 7500 to the 7600. Now we'll go to the machine, we'll go to the back. The main difference is we have an upgraded electronics package here. So now we can power up your sink faucet if you have a Life 8100. If you have the Life 7500 and you want to install that one, please refer to the Life 7500 installation video. Now we're going to go over all the parts that are going to come in your convertible ionizer box. Alright, if you have the 8100, you're going to get the extra sink faucet, and if you have the 7600, you will not. And here, involved in the box is a diverter valve, an attachment, your power cord, your extension power cord for your sink faucet, and you're going to get some tubing that you're going to want to cut into 3 different lengths. So that way you have 3 different tubes. The first step is we're going to go to your sink and find where there's a spray nozzle or a soap dispenser, and there's going to be a hole there. So we're going to unscrew this nut, take it off. We're going to find the hole, insert these tubing through the hole, put this through the hole. We're going to go under the sink. We're going to get this nut and we're going to feed it back through these tubes. Get these in here. And then we're going to slide this nut while it's in the sink. We're going to screw it back in and screw it all the way on so it's tight and secure and it's not going to be wobbling around. And we're going to get back to the 8100 faucet later. Now we're going to go under the sink. We're going to turn off the cold water and we're going to find the cold water valve. So this valve is going to be connected. First of all, we're going to unscrew this so it's no longer connected, pull it off. Then we're going to get our diverter valve. We're going to screw it on to where we just unscrewed the cold water valve. Grab the valve, connect it to the diverter valve, screw it on. Now we have the diverter valve in place and water can get to your ionizer. Now let's explain a little bit about this diverter valve and its usage. So right here on this screw, this will adjust the flow rate of your water. Screwdriver in there, tighten it, loosen it. On the other end, we have a nut here. We're going to unscrew the nut. We're going to find our tubing. We're going to slide this nut through the tubing. We're going to attach the tubing. Make sure it's tightly in place so there's no water leakage anywhere. There we go, push it on nice and tight. Get this nut, screw it back on. Then this tubing right here is going to the inlet valve in your ionizer. Now that we have the tubing connected to the diverter valve, we're going to show you how it's connected to the inlet valve in the ionizer. So we're going to turn the ionizer over, and you're going to see that there's 2 elbow joints here. And these are called quick connect fittings, and we're going to push down on each side of the circular thing, slide these elbows out. I'll do it for both of them. Here's the 2 elbow joints, and as you can see there's stoppers in these elbow joints. So again, we have to push down these little circles right here and slide out the stopper, and I'll do that for both of them. So we have your 2 elbow joints. Now we're going to take the tubing that's connected to your diverter valve, plug it in, and yeah, it's in, but then you really got to push so no water leaks out. Get it securely fastened. Now remember, we're going to put this in the inlet valve, okay? And it's clearly labeled right here, inlet valve. So we're going to put that in the inlet valve. Now we're going to take another piece of tubing while we're down here, put it in the elbow joint, push it in, Feels like it's in, but really push it, secure it fast and tightly. All right, now we're gonna put this in the outlet valve. Okay, and there's that step. And now that we're down here and we have the ionizer on the side, we might as well plug in the power source. So we'll go ahead, grab this, plug it in. Now we have the ionizer plugged in, but we're not going to turn it on quite yet. Now we're going to stand the ionizer up, put the attachment valve in there so we can get our last piece of tubing connected to our ionizer. So we stand this up, we grab our attachment valve, we go ahead and put it here, and you want to push it until you hear a snap, snap, and then we grab our last piece of tubing and we go ahead and connect it. Alright, now we're going to recap what these tubes are being used for. Okay, on the bottom here we have a tube connected to the outlet valve, which is going to be your acidic water. And this tube on top is going to be your alkaline water. Now let's look at the faucet. You'll see right here there's labels. This one says alkaline, clearly marked. This one here is clearly marked acid. So when we go grab our acidic tube from the bottom, we'll go ahead and attach it to the acidic function. Then our alkaline tube right here, we'll connect it to the alkaline line. Now we have all of our tubing connected. And our next step here is to grab the power cord from your sink faucet, grab this extension cord, plug it in. So now it's a little bit longer. We'll turn the ionizer around, and the new upgraded electronics package allows you to plug this in here. Now all of our wires are connected and we are ready to go. Now the last step here is just going to make sure that we get power to this unit. So we're going to plug our plug into the wall, and then we're also going to turn our red switch on. Now we're going to recap over everything we've just done. So we're going to start off under the sink. We're going to turn off the cold water. Okay, then you're going to unscrew the cold water faucet, unscrew that, attach the diverter valve to the cold water faucet. Then we're going to connect the tubing to the diverter valve. Then we're going to add the tubing to the side of the diverter valve, which will go to the inlet valve in your ionizer. And then there's also an outlet tube down there, which is going to connect to your acidic tube on your sink faucet. Then the top of the ionizer is your alkaline tube, which is going to connect to the alkaline tubing in your sink faucet. We're going to plug your ionizer in, have these connected here, power the machine up, and don't forget to turn your cold water faucet back on. Alright, thank you for your time today, and that's the end of our installation of our Life 8100.